Hello Taurus, I hope you are well. I'm here to do the reading for the month of May. We are entering your season, so happy birthday Taurus. I hope you're gonna have an amazing birthday and an amazing month ahead. I pre-shuffled your cards, so this is going to be a reading for Sun, Moon and Rising Taurus for the month of May 2019. It is a general reading for this sign. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Let's see what are the messages for the sign of Taurus for May 2019. Alright, so Four of Wands. It's a good start, Taurus. It's a good start indeed. Let's see where this is going now. Oh, wow. Okay, actually, I think I'm gonna take them all out. That's a long reading, Taurus. You're eager. Okay, wow. Alright, that's a lot going on here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna not really even sure how to put them. Let's just put them like this. Alright, we'll go through that. And mine, the bottom of the deck, you got the Devil energy. I'll just put it here. And let's see what's this all about, Taurus. Wow. So, in this case, I see the Four of Wands having to do with your home environment, with your family, with your idea of home and the space you create at home. And having the Devil energy as your theme, maybe it has to do with the relationships that haven't been all that harmonious. You see, you have these two people here being chained to the Devil's throne, and they're being like kept in there in a relationship of codependency, not love. These are chains, these are heavy chains hanging from their necks, right? So I think it has to do with the codependency and with also the model of relationships that you got from an early age, maybe from your home environment. It could be from your past home environment, like your family, the way you grew up, or it could be about your family right now. Maybe you created a new family, or you're about to create a new family, and maybe like having this Devil energy under as the underlying theme is a call for you to revisit exactly this. Revisit, okay, what is the nature of my relationships? What have I learned from my home environment about my relationships? And looking back at how my parents relate to each other, looking back at how I relate with my siblings and how I relate to my parents and all that. How am I showing up in relationships right now? So, wow. There's a lot going on in here, Taurus. Let's pull out some clarifiers. I know it's gonna be a long reading, but I feel like this message is needed for some of you. For those of you that the group of you that will resonate with this particular reading. Not everybody can, not all Tauruses will resonate with this reading. It's just the way it works. If it resonates for you, then yeah, I hope this message helps. Okay, so you have the the Four of Cups, the Ace of Wands going with the Ten of Swords. Then you have the Knight of Swords going with the Page of Swords. Wow. Alright. Good. Clarity is coming through. You start getting like deeper understanding about stuff at a mental level. So see, there's I think you're feeling very anxious right now. Maybe you've been through this like apathy period where you couldn't see what you had in front of you. You couldn't see what you have. You couldn't see what was offered to you. And maybe that brought a little bit of like taking things for granted sort of energy that can have a deep impact in a relationship and in a home relationship. But it's also maybe a space where you could have done some emotional processing there and build up some sort of emotional structure. You had the potential for it. It had the potential for it. What you've done with it, I'm not sure that that's where it went, to be honest. Okay, the devil energy as your underlying theme is not necessarily something bad. It's something that we gotta look at. It's also like the devil serves as a as an archetype which is supposed to sort of seduce us and push us forward to desire things so that we can move towards them. And it's a mental energy. It's an energy that it's in your mind. It's your mind reaching this understanding of good and bad, and this sort of like understanding that there is no absolute good and absolute bad. There is no I am good, you are bad, I am good sort of energy. There's so much in between, and we focusing on absolute good and absolute bad, sometimes it's really like detrimental to us because we're missing out everything else in between. There's so many levels, there's so many experiences to be experienced, there's so much to learn and to understand in those between archetypes of absolute evil and absolute goodness, with the devil being the absolute evil and the God supposedly the absolute goodness, right? So don't freak out when you see the devil. It does call upon you to look a little bit of your shadow self, your the side that you don't like within yourself, and the side that you're hiding from other people, and the side that shows up all the time when you're getting triggered, and when you're getting edgy, and when you're getting feeling all sorts of ways. And you have this Ten of Swords coming here, like and again, I think it has to do with your home environment. May not resonate with everyone, but for those of you that it resonates with, it has to do with the home environment. And this Ten of Swords energy, it's like it's really, really painful energy. You feel like you're being backstabbed. You feel like you're being like it feels like death. Really, it is the Minor Arcana Death card, where it's like some part of us is being left behind. We may be the very well the ones like putting these swords into this part of ourselves as an active effort to move away from a very particular thought pattern that we've been struggling with. But in this case, I feel like it is perceived more as backstabbing by someone else, maybe from someone from your family, and it's a 10. It's an end of it. It's probably if you find yourself in this energy, know that this had to happen in order for you to come with a deep insight about yourself, about your situation, about your family, about the model of the family that you have, you operate from. Because we all operate from with certain expectation and from certain concepts and models that we have in our brain. How should a family be? And based on my model of how the family should be is what expectations I put on the members of my family, and also what is it that I'm projecting on them. If I have kids, is the way I'm raising my kids to fit this particular model that I want to fulfill or that I believe in. And I think that, maybe the model of the family as you knew it so far is kind of like falling apart from you, and that's really painful. But there you go, it comes with the Ace of Wands, so having that model kind of falling apart is good for you, painful as it is. Because Ace of Wands is all about like new beginnings. It's all about enlightenment. It's all about like really understanding something at a very, very deep level, and coming with great potential for change. And I think it's a lot is happening because you see this Knight of Swords energy. It's like very, very fast moving energy, and then the Page of Swords is like this whole beginning of understanding things. You got the message that you needed to get. You got the mental clarity with this Ace of Wands after, like, to as part of this I don't know how to call it. I don't want to call it death because I don't want you to focus on death. I wanted to focus on the fact that this is a part of your patterns, your mind. It's part of your ego, really. And you get clarity. You get like mental clarity with this Page of Swords here, and you get the message that you need to get to propel you forward into the direction that you are meant to go in terms of processing your own patterns here, processing what's going on really, and leaving behind certain thought patterns that don't really serve you, that don't really like work for you, and that don't really serve your family either. Because when we come from this place of like shadow and codependency and defensiveness and feeling bonded to certain things within ourselves that we haven't really recognized because we are ashamed of them, or because we sort of like run away from them, right? This can have a deep impact on our family life and how we are affecting our family members. Putting our own shadows on other people, especially the ones closest to us, can feel very, very difficult for everyone, and it can end up with situations in which you feel backstabbed, but you don't even understand that sometimes you're the one doing this to yourself. I'm sorry, this doesn't sound like a great message, but it actually is, because it's a 10, as I said, and it's the end of this, and it does feel excruciating at times, but it does come with clarity afterwards. And yeah, you're moving forward into the world, and you're moving into this like more like the spiritual growth, and you go into this nine of wands energy where you learn your lessons, you know. It is a little bit of a wounded warrior, and you end up maybe being a little bit too fenced up there. But it's also that you've learned what you defend yourself from, and you've learned like how to operate from a safe space, because you're safe enough. You build up enough defenses here. But just like with the nine of with the swords energy, the wands energy needs to kind of like collapse. Like we build up, and then we need to, okay, we're done here, and we're going back to aces. Having all these ones here can end up being a little bit too much, too like over defensive. And you know, the 10 of wands is that guy carrying load shits of wands there, and it becomes like a burden of some sort. So no way, that's way too many. Oh gosh. Okay, fine. These cards. Oh gosh. Okay, so this is the death card going along with your theme of the devil. It does make a lot of sense. You're going through a major transformation. Funny enough, this came up for Aries as well. Well, not as a theme, but still. So I think that this is a very, very needed transformation within yourself, and I think you're going to start like seeing some of the shadow, and that's uncomfortable, that's painful when we wake up to see where we're really operating from, and what are the drives from the unconscious mind that we weren't aware of, and we end up feeling like a little bit sometimes ashamed, like, oh my god, this is what I was doing to myself, this is how I was treating myself, this is how I was talking to myself. This is why I've been acting like this, because I have this wound that's been covered up by this energy, this shadow. Each and every shadow has a great potential, like our shadow selves, the part of us that we keep hidden and we're afraid to look at because we're ashamed of, afraid of, whatever. It usually has a hidden treasure in there. And sometimes we are more afraid of the potential of that treasure than we're afraid of the shadow itself. Because potential also means responsibility and call to action. But there's a big transformation coming with this, with the death card. Okay, I have so many cards in here, Taurus. Alright, let's just move forward. So you're getting fenced up here, but you need that maybe a little bit, especially after this energy where you felt like so backstabbed. It does make a lot of sense that you feel this need to fence up. Just don't stay in there too long, because it's not going to help you. And while you're staying fenced up there, you kind of go into this Seven of Cups energy, where you look at the possibilities in the future. You allow yourself to daydream a little bit, allow yourself to picture out a new way of showing up into the world, a new way of finding your self-worth and finding something that works out for you. And trust your intuition there. Like the Seven of Cups, yeah, it's an energy of confusion, it's an energy of like choices and not really knowing which choice to make, but trust your intuition, and your intuition will guide you to the choice that's best for you. But yeah, it's dream big. Allow yourself to rearrange the information that you receive through this, like what looks a little bit like an awakening with this Ace of Wands, and then with mental clarity. Allow yourself to rearrange this energy and form a new way of looking at the world. And double check what are your heart's desire versus your mind's desires. Okay, and then we move into this Queen of Wands energy, that comes with the Six of Swords. The Queen of Wands, well, probably by allowing yourself this space and by going through with this daydreaming that you need to re-evaluate your dreams and your hopes and expectations. It will empower you to feel as empowered as this Queen of Wands feels, right? She's on her throne there. She's got her wand. She's got this sunflower. She's happy. She's like very spiritual, very confident. Confidence is what is needed here. And again, moving away from the mental patterns that don't allow you to feel confident. You know, when we're not confident with who we are and what is it that, what's my gig, what am I doing here, who am I? If I'm not confident, then what I'm doing is that I'm projecting all my fears and insecurities on other people. And that ends up usually bad, because those fears are and insecurities are mirrored back at us, but we're the one putting them out there. The reason I am triggered is because a part of me believes that what you say that triggers me is true. If there is like no basis for me to even assume that there might be truth in what you say, I have absolutely no reason to get triggered. I'm like, oh, okay, this person's a little bit limited with what they may be amused of your perception, but I'm definitely not gonna take it personally. I'm taking it personally when I am putting out there this energy of insecurity. But see, you have the Six of Swords here. When for this transformation here, with the reflection time, with the visualization time, I think you're visualizing a new self, and you're moving away, or not a new self, but a new way of looking at yourself and accepting yourself, and accepting that you're not perfect and you don't need to be perfect. So you're moving away from this space of confusion, and you're moving away from a mental energy that had been painful for you. And then you have the High Priestess with the King of Wands. The High Priestess she's all about like listening to her inner voice, listening to her inner wisdom, listening to, of course she says she's very confident, just like the Queen of Wands, because she's connected to her inner self. She's connected with her inner wisdom, and with the divine, with the universe, with whatever it is that you believe in. If you believe in God, then with God. If you believe in concepts like higher self, then with your higher self, with deeper truth that's buried within, that you can get through reflection, that you can get through meditation, that you can get through mindfulness. And this comes with the King of Wands. By the way, these are like Leo energy, may have to do with a Leo here. I don't know. I don't pull out. I don't like to go too much into signs and identifying them out, but these are still people, so it can be aspects of yourself, but those aspects of yourself can be reflected somewhat in the outside world and back at you. But it's like having the High Priestess with the King of Wands makes me feel like you discover this inner power again, and grounded awareness of your real power. Now with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands coming in this reading, and you're an earth sign, not a fire sign, it might make me, that does make me feel like you're dealing with some fire signs out there that maybe are part of your family or your immediate environment. But yeah, let's not go into that too much. The King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone who's very confident, is like the masculine counterpart of this Queen of Wands. They're an amazing team. They're very much in love. They're very passionate people. So maybe you're reconciliating this feminine, masculine, passionate energy within yourself in a way that is brought from mastery, and you can do that by moving away from mental energies, like the recurring thoughts that don't serve you. Maybe feeling, I don't know, feeling backstabbed all the time, feeling the victim of something or someone. But that's what empowers you, moving away from there and going within, searching for the answers within yourself. Then you have the Two of Pentacles coming with a long list here. The Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, definitely having to do with your family or model of family, and the Lovers. So you're balancing out your energies here. You're balancing out your feeling of like being abandoned. You're looking at this. You're looking at this, why am I feeling abandoned? Why am I always like left on the outside? See, these people here, they're so focused on their misfortune here and feeling outcast and feeling left out in the cold that they don't see that there's a church in here where they can go inside there and warm up and find sanctuary, you know. But they don't see it because they're like so caught up in their own feeling of I'm a victim and I've been let down somehow. I've been left out in the cold, I've been abandoned, yeah. And this Two of Pentacles shows me that you're kind of like you're struggling with like very intense emotions, and it's maybe difficult for you to balance them up now. You may be balancing them, but this is like what's stirring up these emotions, this strong emotion, this like feeling completely let down in the cold. And but you have the Ten of Cups here and the Lovers, so I think that there is love in your family, that there is like in your home environment. It can be like close friendships, your soul family, your who you relate to in your immediate environment most. So there's love there. There is support. There is happiness. You do have what you want. You're just not aware of it because you're maybe too focused on feeling abandoned, which comes from your shadow self, really, from something it's much deeper buried within you, that it's your own wound here. So yeah, allow this deep transformation to happen, because it will wake you up to this awareness that you have everything that you need. First of all, you have everything that you need within yourself. You have the resources to save yourself. You are the one controlling how you think about yourself. Who are you giving your power to and why? open your eyes to see that there's the church there, that there's a space for you to rest and to feel nurtured. And it comes back to self-love. Like this, the Lover's card is a lot about inner alignment, really, and about overcoming these challenges, these mountains or challenges that come within our relationship with ourselves and our relationships with our higher self. And we have this angel here overseeing this union, and also the relationship that we have with other people. And there you go, here you have the Ten of Cups, where you have like the happy family with the kids and all that. So yeah, I hope this makes sense to you. I really hope this makes sense to you, because there's an amazing potential for so much happiness and joy once you realize that the world's not your enemy. You are your biggest enemy as long as you are running away from your shadow self, your dark side. You're your biggest judge. You're judging yourself the worst, more than anyone else out there. And you have the power to let that go. You have the power to transform this. You have the power to let this inner critic go. Let this ego die. You have both the major arcana of death and the small arcana of death, right? I know it's difficult and it hurts, but I see that there's love in here. There's love and there is support for you. If only you could see it, Taurus. And you think, so, you know what, I think you start seeing it. Because you do have an amazing energy here. This Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Knight, like you start seeing your power, and you start getting like this mental clarity. Hanging then, Taurus. Yeah. It is a great growth process. So yeah, well, that was a great reading, Taurus. I am inspired by your process. I know you're gonna pull through it. You're gonna come out the other side, and you're gonna feel so much better once this whole like very dramatic energy goes away finally for you. Uranus is in Taurus, and Uranus is all about revolutionizing, right? And revolutions, as amazing as they are, they can also be pretty violent and pretty painful. So yeah, that's how it is. That's how it goes. We can't really change that. All we can do is accept it, and accept the lessons and the growth that comes with it. Okay, Taurus, I'm really done. I hope you resonated with this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, check out also your moon and your rising signs. They may be on a more positive note. This is just one aspect of yourself, your sun sign. So yeah, check out the other signs as well. It was lovely to have this conversation with you. And yeah, have a great May. Again, happy birthday. And I'll see you back here next time.